Hello everyone, this is Stipe and we have the weekly recap for the week 7 of battle. What is this Palatine League? And this time I'm here with SFJ,
Yep, just me.
nobody else. Uh, Everyone
Yeah,
else had some excuses. SFJ
Tom is
was,
sick.
yeah,
Marcelo is bad. I
uh,
don't know.
yeah, SFJ was too lazy to come up with one, or I don't know, maybe he just wanted to do this.
Yeah, I mean, this was an interesting week for sure.
Yeah,
Yeah,
um, I was lazy myself too. I decided that I'm done with the layouts. Too much editing. Just I'll show this like beginning of the replay, so you all can see the teams.
yeah,
And but yeah. So I mean our first battle is Marcelo versus you.
yeah, versus me. This was my first battle using Nidoking, and it put in a lot of work in this battle, which made me pretty happy. Marcelo brought some interesting stuff to deal with my walls. I guess he brought Taunt Leviel for Alomomola, which was pretty neat, and he brought Sub Bulk Up Embor, which set up on my Ferrothorn and my Alomomola when he found out it only had knockoff and not Scald or anything, so he could set it up then. He also ended up burning it with a Flare Blitz, but I don't think it mattered that much. But yeah, he just tried to break through some of my bulkier Pokemon, but I had some offensive threats that he couldn't really deal with that well, like Nidoking. And Torn also put in some work until I sacked it to a crit Draco, but other than that, Volcarona, my first week bringing it, doing absolutely nothing. Breaking the sub on Ember, which was important, but it didn't do any sweeping like I intended, so that kind of sucked. Overall, this was an interesting battle. I almost had. Wait, hang on. Did I? Let me check. No, I almost had Bulldoze Ferrothorn for his Heatran, but I decided to throw a knockoff over it instead, so I wasn't walled by Latios.
Okay.
Man, Bulldoze. That would have been great, but I think knockoff was just better.
Yeah, and I mean it's a bit situational because it's mainly just to catch the switch in anyway.
Yeah, but I figured that I was. That was before I was bringing hazard removal. Like I originally had, I think, Jolteon over Claydol, but then I
Okay.
decided that I wanted hazard removal and something to reliably switch into Heatran, so I threw on Claydol. And then I figured that, because like, I ran Bulldoze so that I could punish a Heatran so it wasn't set of procs. So I was thinking I would sweep with Volcarona in the end, because that's kind of the point.
Yeah.
So that's why I had Bulldoze originally, so that I could do a lot of damage to the Heatran and maybe threaten it from not, like maybe, edge it away from not get setting up rocks so that Volcarona could sweep. But I threw on a hazard remover, so I figured knockoff was better.
Yeah. Also, it was pretty clever from you to have some speed on Cladle to speed creep the Heatran. It was
Yeah, and
actually
I'm really
pretty.
glad I did that because if I didn't do that, I could have lost to well, Plume Burn potentially with like some crits and some stalling. I don't know.
Yeah,
Because Cladle's really weak. That Earthquake didn't even kill Heatran.
yeah,
So overall, fun match. Marcel, a good friend of mine. I always say that everyone's my good friend, but it was nice.
yeah. Uh, Personally, when I was watching this battle, I was just hoping that the M board would be banded because I saw how good it was. But then when I saw that it was sub Pulkapa, I thought that it's actually even better. It was great.
Yeah, Bandit is good, but
Yeah,
I don't know if I like it against me just because I could have ran a Garchomp, defensive Garchomp.
yeah. That's true. Um,
Yeah,
Also, there was this sucker punch play, Nidoking against Latios, and
yeah.
you
I
clicked
guess
sucker punch.
Marcelo kind of forgot about it, or he was just like, "Please don't have Sucker Punch," and I did.
Yeah, that was like the opposite to the RBL match of ours, where I made that double switch expecting you had sucker punch on your
Yeah, but
Ember,
then
and you
I
didn't.
was an expert bluffer. I don't know what. Okay, like I always say this. I didn't need superpower in that match, so I should have had Sucker Punch.
Yeah,
But I'm stupid. That was still a good match though.
yeah, it was, and
Yeah, but this isn't RBL. This is PTL, so
Yeah,
that's not.
this is
That
PTL.
isn't important.
That's another story. Yeah.
Yeah, alright. I don't think there's really any other words to share about that battle. Interesting battle. Marcelo
Yeah.
played alright. Didn't make any really chokes like he usually does, so that was nice.
Yeah. By the way, Cassie wanted to have a quote involved. Do you remember what it
Oh,
was?
right. I'll scroll up and find it. White isn't even that good of a color, and I should know, says her.
Yeah. I mean, you've been doing
Which is,
pretty good with white, to be honest.
yeah,
I mean,
it's one of the worst colors, but it's alright. It has
yeah,
some interesting Pokemon,
yeah,
definitely.
definitely.
Even though I got sniped on stuff like a Moongus that I would have liked. But,
Yeah,
yeah, and you got Mega Absol, which I wasn't really considering, but still a good white pick. That you
yeah,
haven't brought yet, I don't think.
yeah. I haven't.
Alright.
Maybe I will though. I mean, I
Last
have it,
week,
so it's
did you
an
play
it's
your
an
week 8?
no.
No.
I mean, Anthony hasn't
Been
contacted
active
me back.
ever, so it's
Yeah,
gonna be hard to schedule that, I guess.
yeah. I mean, he was busy on the week. He said that weekend is better, but now that I asked him when he can battle, he hasn't replied me yet.
Alright, we're
Um,
getting sidetracked.
yeah. Do we move on
Second
then?
battle, yeah, let's move on. Your
Okay.
battle versus Sean.
Yeah, this was pretty fun battle too. I mean, I got to hazard stack because he brought no hazard removal. I was glad that
Was
there
only
was
hazard
no.
removal. Okay.
I was glad
No Dawn
that
fan?
no Dawn fan, no Scissor, and I was very glad to see no Talonflame too. I mean, I had
Yeah,
some checks for it, but it's always to see that your opponent doesn't bring Talonflame.
yeah. No one ever
Uh,
wants to face Talonflame.
yeah, and I managed to I managed to set up Spike. Then my like I think it was it like discharge from Ampharos was 2-hit KO, but it didn't bring my Foragers down to cast up range, so I had to Healing Wish the Foragers to set up more hazards, and I managed
Yeah.
to get a Rapid Spin kill. I used Rapid Spin only to get that kill, which was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Uh, Physical Thunder swept at the end, which was good
Mhm.
because I don't think I played my endgame very well. Like I preserved my Whimsicott because
Stone Spore.
I had Endeavor in the back, but I honestly should have used it on the P2 and not just try to
Yeah.
preserve it. And but I think like the thing with Sean's team was that it was basically each set was pretty clever on the like for the job they had, but the team just didn't synergize well enough. And it didn't like check all my potential threats, such as hazard stacking, which is a bit
Mm.
weird when I have 3 very good hazard stackers.
Yeah. I don't know. Some people are weird. But I can't really shed any light on that because I'm not weird. Obviously, that's why.
Yeah,
Alright.
makes sense. Yeah.
Good battle. Yep, definitely, of course. Alright. With the awkward silences, move
You,
on.
you don't
We're
want to?
moving on.
Do you want to say anything? Still.
Oh, I just liked your usage of Fortress, especially because he doesn't have that reliable of hazard removers, because Donphan is taking damage from all of the spikes, and Scizor. I'm not a fan of regular Scizor. I understand it has its usages. I just don't like it in general. But
No.
yeah, you used Fortress pretty well, Healing Wish. But the thing is, if you were brought down to cut step range in the beginning, you would have only gotten up 2 hazards, but you ended up getting up all of your hazards in the end. So
Yeah.
maybe it was for the best that you ended up Healing Wishing it some point. And also the Chopal counter, Blissey was a cool idea, but it didn't really work that well because he was toxic low funny,
Yeah, that
which
was. I mean,
I mean he ran it to snipe a Kofag on the switch
yeah,
in,
yeah,
but
that was clever.
yeah, I liked that, but made the cool Blissey, the frankly pretty cool Blissey set not work that well.
Yeah,
Still ended up getting up the healing wish though, which was pretty detrimental to the match, honestly, because you got up the hazards. And I like the spin kill. That was pretty cool too. No hazards if you just went for a spin, because that was your only attack that was an explosion, and I liked that.
yeah. Also, Thunderous just happened to be very good sweeper because he had actually his 4 of his mons were weak to fighting. So
And you never resist.
yeah,
So yeah, it was interesting. All right, more awkward silence. So, are we gonna move on to Frankie versus Tom, or are we not
yeah.
gonna do
Let's
that?
do that. Why not?
Okay. So this battle, Tom brought some interesting Pokemon, some cool sets that worked, and some that really didn't. He had the Rest Talk Crest. I like to refer to it as Crowcelia because it was Rest Talk Calm Mind. Because he didn't need, because Frankie doesn't have a dark type, so he didn't need like Moonblast or anything. So the set he brought was pretty alright. The set that wasn't alright was his Altaria. I will always criticize that set, but it's fine. He had Flamethrower EQ DD Roost, and I don't like that, but I'm not gonna say that much about it because he had his reasons. I don't know what that set was supposed to do anyway when it's walled by Staraptor and Aromatisse, but whatever. Staraptor would have put in a ton of work if Frankie had brought it because Zapdos gets 2-hit KO'd, everything else gets 2-hit KO'd, except I think Crest probably doesn't. But his best switch into a Staraptor is his Skarmory, and he ran Custap Skarm with the intent to like sack it as a lead, because that's what a Custap Skarm does. So he would have gotten destroyed by a potential Staraptor, but Frankie didn't bring that. So I guess Tom was smart to do that, but no, he wasn't. So yeah, pretty much. Put in some work, Scarf Crook and Banded Entei. Banded Entei put in particular a lot of work.
Yeah.
That's all I really need to say about the battle. Tom, I love you. I don't want to be mean to your sets, but I don't like them. I'll just say that.
Yeah.
Agree to disagree.
What I liked about Tom's build, however, was that he brought a more offensive team, while his last week's team against me was far too imbalanced.
Yeah, this is what I mean. Even if Tom drafts Stall, he doesn't want to bring Stall ever because he's scared of like getting criticized about it, I guess.
Yeah, and I don't know, he probably isn't very familiar with or very used to use Stall at all. So
yeah. So it makes sense for him to not bring it, but I feel like if you draft a team with that kind of knowledge, then you should do that.
yeah. Yeah. Other things about this battle, well, it was actually a pretty cool way to check the T-Tar that, I mean, it was very lucky, but cost up very tailwind to use it to kind of check the D-Dance Tyrantrum. Also with the Tyrantrum, Frankie kind of choked when he clicked Crunch into Head Smash while to
and not Head Smash. Yeah. Oh, that triggered me. Oh my god.
Yeah.
I thought he was like Strong Jaw Crunch, and that's why he was going for that over a Head Smash. But when he went for Head Smash, my heart sank.
Yeah. Yeah. It's you should always like double check which move is strongest because
yeah, it's like when. Okay, I'm not gonna try and be mean to Marcelo, but whenever I ladder with him, he's like, let me think of a good example. So if he's like against, let's say something is neutral to T-Ball, and weak to HP Ice. He's like, oh, I'm gonna go for the HP Ice. I'm like, no, dude, T-Bolt is stronger. And he's like,
Yeah.
no, I'm going for HP Ice. It bothers me, but again, Marcelo's great, but it's just a little funny thing that happens sometimes.
Yeah. Also, there was the para with Amogus at the
Yeah, the
end.
para, which I think Bandidente had it in the bag anyway with the speed spam, but it still sucks.
Yeah. Yeah, he probably did.
Tom is using Entei very interestingly, but I liked how he used it in this match.
Yeah, I mean.
Didn't he run Sunny Day one week?
Yeah, he did.
Like weakness policy,
Yeah.
something Caliente. Yeah, all right.
Some variation of it. But yeah, Bandit and Dev was very, very effective in this battle.
Yeah, especially because his only resist was Tyrantrum, and he was too scared to go into it because if it got burned, it could have been hard to sweep with it.
Yeah, so I guess.
Which he still didn't sweep with it, but it was his best chance at winning, I think, because everything else had a good counter.
What did Frankie actually have that could have potentially like switched into it? Let's check.
Switch into what?
Bandit Sacred Fire. I mean,
that it was just
Snorlax.
Tyrantrum. It was only fire resist. Everything else got to it KO.
Yeah, I mean his entire roster.
Oh, Volcanion, definitely.
Yeah,
Volcanion would have put in a ton of work in this match because Tom doesn't have a good special wall, but I guess Venusaur could have been a good check to it, and Altaria, but he had a Sludge Wave.
Yeah, he has Snorlax too.
Yeah, Thick Fat, Snorlax, Tentacruel. But that's pretty much it. He didn't have a lot.
Defensive Volcanion would have been pretty interesting.
Defensive Rest Talk.
Yeah, for example.
That could have worked. Even like Specs Volcanion would have put in a ton of work if he predicted an Altaria switch correctly, because that was really his only real switch in.
Yeah.
Like if he has Sludge Bombed on a switch in, it could have put in a ton of work.
Yeah.
Along with, like I said, it's Staraptor before. Like I don't agree with the way Frankie played the match because he had passive Pokemon like Aromatisse and Registeel against Tom's stall team, which would have gotten outstalled if he brought full stall because that's what Tom's team does. It's stall.
Yeah.
So I don't agree with the way he handled that. I already told him that, but I'll just say for our viewers at home, if you're trying to beat stall, you can't beat stall with like worse stall. You have to bring a bunch of offensive guts to try and beat it.
Yeah, honestly.
Or maybe some taunt Pokemon, or like taunt Toxic, or just really strong attackers.
You can beat stall if you are that tele guy and go with 1200 turns.
Yeah, definitely. But I would just say the best way to do it is to bring offense.
Yeah,
definitely. Well, man. Okay, I miss Hoopa.
Yeah, but
right.
Frankie definitely has mons that could have been very well. Like Tyrantrum was very good in this matchup, but he would have needed, I think, Volcanion, probably Pinsir. I mean.
Oh yeah, Pinsir would have also put in a ton of work, but he had Zapdos. But tricking Zapdos was going in the right direction. He could have ran Stone Edge Pinsir or something. I would have liked to see that. Oh, you definitely could have. Okay, I'm not gonna spoil anything. Never mind.
Okay.
Alright, I think we can probably move on to what's the next one. Max versus Anthony. Yeah, this one.
Max versus Anthony. I mean, there's not much to say about this one. It was Dragon Spam by Max, which was pretty effective. There was some random Casta Celebi, which...
Oh, yeah, he had like Dragon moves on 4 Pokemon. He had Outrage, Scrafty, Dragon Pulse, Mega Blastoise. And also, Anthony showing his like strong suit, which is not Mega Zard the first turn, so he could take the Dragon moves. I like that a lot. And I'm not being facetious, I really enjoy that. I think that's a pretty interesting tactic.
Yeah, he just should have gone for Dragon move.
Cool. If he had it.
Yeah.
Heat Wave still did a good amount. Definitely.
Yeah.
And he could have gotten a burn. I would have loved to see a burn there and Max just lose.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would have been great. Alright, I think that's pretty much all there is about that match. That match didn't have a lot to say. Max just using Kieran Black very well, showing why it's a threat. Along with, I don't think he even used Haxorus that much in the match. Togekiss getting off some heal bells. Scrafty, I think this was his first week with Scrafty. I might be wrong, but I think
Yeah,
no, it was his first week using it
yeah.
because Justin forfeited week 6. Yeah, so that was his first week using Scrafty, and he had the AV, uh, intimidate thing. Assault Vest intimidate, and I think that was pretty nice in this matchup.
Yeah, and the
Although I don't,
outrage
yeah,
was actually pretty cool. Like I never could have expected to
yeah,
see it be that
yeah.
good.
Yeah, Scrafty gets a lot of weird coverage. Head smash, like Iron Head, Poison Jab. Well, Poison Jab isn't weird, but he gets a lot of weird stuff. He gets fake out.
Yeah.
I can see some weird stuff being done with it.
Yeah, and it has
So I don't
three
know
very
how
good
I feel about
abilities.
it. Like, oh, yeah, has good abilities. I don't know how I feel about him like getting rid of his both of his really strong fighting types, and then just getting Scrafty as his only fighting type. I don't know how I feel about that in general, but I don't know what else he could have done. I do like the way his team looks now, though, with Alakazam, Megazam, and Torn Eye in general. I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good. Kudos to Max, man. He's a good player.
Yeah, and
I'll say that.
he still has that pseudo stab, Aura Sphere, and Mega Blastoise.
Yeah, it's pretty strong. And Aurasphere, Togekiss, Aurasphere, Mew, Superpower Mew, Low Kick, Sucker Punch, Gunk Shot, Overheat Mew.
Yeah.
Yeah, alright, I think that's pretty much all there is about that battle. Because that one was pretty straightforward Dragon spam, because I don't think there's a single fairy on Anthony's team, and a regular Aggron. Oh no, he has Grand Ball.
Yeah, he has Scramble.
But that's not a Kieran. Nothing's a Kieran Black switch in unless it's like T-Tar. T-Tar's probably the best bet, honestly. I'd say.
Yeah.
All right, last match.
It is
Justin
Drunk
versus
Potatoes
Patrick.
versus Justin. Yeah.
Yep, that one. Do you want to say some words about it to start off with?
I mean, this was pretty one-sided game, but like it was nice to see Justin back in action after the forfeit. So like it was nice that he didn't just drop completely after he basically lost his chances to get to playoffs. But
Yeah, like I did in the RBL.
yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, Patrick just outprepped and outplayed and was in control for the entire match pretty much. He didn't bring anything too spectacular, just pretty basic stuff,
Yeah.
which was good enough to beat Justin's team.
Mm-hmm. With just like Scarf Rotom was pretty alright, I guess. Revenge killing the Gyarados.
Yeah.
And Excadrill just putting in work. Gengar putting in work. I'm assuming Justin thought that he would have Sludge Bomb and not Sludge Wave, and that's why he just stayed in. Or he also didn't have a switch in. That also makes sense.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah, Gengar was very good, and the regular Diancie, especially in this match, wasn't good at all. I don't think it couldn't.
Yeah.
Like Diancie is kind of bulky, but it just wasn't able to wall
anything.
Yeah.
Yeah. He brought Murkrow, I guess, maybe as like a pseudo Excadrill check. Did you watch my battle again in the RBL where I played the Murkrow?
Who?
Albry. Did you watch that one? He had like Feather Dance Murkrow as his Excadrill switch in.
I'm not sure actually.
Oh.
Maybe I have watched it, but I don't remember.
He had like Clefable and Kieran Black.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was.
I know the
This
team.
reminds me of that because he was trying to counter Excadrill with like a Pokemon, which I actually didn't have Life Orb in that match, so it actually switched into an Iron Head pretty decently, honestly.
Okay.
So, but like with the Feather Dance, I'm getting sidetracked again. I just reminded me of something.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So interesting pseudo check to an Excadrill, but I liked it. Battle. Okay, never mind. Yeah. That's pretty much that. Play and Bond of the week.
Yeah, that's What
Because
should
that's how
I?
we'll end it.
Yeah. Yeah, Mon of the week. I mean, it was very hard to pick actually for me because there were so many good candidates this week.
Definitely.
Um, like I was thinking, Entei was very good. Thunderous was very good. Nidoking was. I think Nidoking
Good.
was even my favorite this week. It was just
Yeah.
very good.
It put in a ton of work.
Yeah,
And it was my first week bringing it, so it was cool to see, I guess.
yeah. Also, Cure and Black was obviously very good.
Yeah.
Max.
I would say mine. It's probably a tie between Embor because that Embor is really scary. Getting a couple kills, setting up the sub bulk up. That thing was pretty scary. It put me in a position where I thought I might lose if he had Sucker Punch, but he didn't have Sucker Punch. So I thought I could have won, but it didn't. And then the other one was Fortress because the Hazards played a huge role in that game, and I think Fortress was really important, just in general.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. So I think I would say overall Fortress.
Okay, yeah. I mean, it was
Yeah.
definitely pretty crucial there. I guess I could have tried to play it differently.
Yeah, but I think you played it just fine.
Yeah.
It was like your battle against Patrick and Fella season 3 pretty much. That's how I want to think about it.
Yeah, in a way, I guess, but against Patrick, it was a lot more like intentional stall.
Yeah, I don't remember that. I just remember Patrick got really mad about it.
Yeah. It was weird matchup because I just offensively couldn't find anything, and I just realized that if I bring this stall core of Infernape, Latios, and Mega Diancie, I just can stall him out, and it worked.
Uh-huh. Alright, are we gonna do play of the week now?
Yeah, we are.
Alright. There wasn't really any big plays this week, like a really amazing prediction or something like that. But I would say the play of the week for me was just Marcelo getting an opportunity to set up the bulk up when he realized that my Lomomola didn't have water move. He just found an opportunity to set up a sub and then bulk up and get a few kills with it. I thought that was a pretty good play.
Yeah, definitely.
Mm-hmm. And another lesser play, I guess, was Marcelo bringing Taunt Weavile, which also put in work against my Lomomola, so I liked that.
Yeah. I think I'm gonna go with the rapid spin kill with my Fortress.
Oh, that was pretty good. That was pretty good too. I liked that, but that's not really a play. It's just a funny thing. Cause it's like, oh, rapid spin never actually kills anything. Oh, it killed something.
I mean, that's true. And
it was still neat.
More serious play, I guess. I mean, it wasn't really serious, or then it wasn't a play, but because it was fucked, the tailwind set up by Tom.
Just that tailwind, yeah.
Yeah,
that was pretty good too.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't agree with the Custap Skarm because it would have because Skarm was his only Raptor switch in. I still liked the way he used Custap Skarm because Frankie didn't have a lot of good hazards people.
Yeah.
And I guess out of Tom's potential rockers, he had Scarfcroak, and I guess Clef just didn't match up well in this game, so it makes sense for him to bring rocks on his Skarm. Just in general, I guess.
Yeah. and yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. All right. Let's end the video before we stop. Before this happens for like 5 minutes. Let's stop. We are ranting about nothing that pertains to the actual video.
Yeah, maybe I'm just gonna cut to the point.
Cut this out. I mean, can I just say goodbye to our fans?
Yeah.
All right. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
See you next week where something happened.
Hopefully.
Okay.